Hello everybody, it's Miia here once again, and welcome back to the final part of our August 2018 loot haul. Yes, woohoo, figures! And we got a pretty good looking one so far in front of us. And this one, I saved some money on. So this, before we even get into, it's Noire and everything, but this was a figure I bought new with box damage at Yonmegami. And it saved me 3,580 yen because it was new with box damage. Yes, new with box damage. The only thing I can see is this little corner is maybe a little bit dented. That little corner saved me over 30 bucks. So yeah, this was another figure that, I wasn't really going to, but, save 30 bucks. Yeah. So this is Noire, Dark Knight Noire. I don't know what her official term is in this outfit, but she is from Yonmegami Online Cyber Dimension Neptune, or Four Goddesses Online. She is a non-scale figure, but looks to be a large 1/7, maybe a 1/6, somewhere around there. She is by Molto Bene. And Molto Bene, I do have their figure of Miia from Monster Musume, and it really disappointed me. Pretty low quality in my opinion, and and it was way overpriced. So I wasn't going to get this one, but then when I got the good deal, I'm like, yeah, okay. So Noire was released on July 25th of 2018. I ordered her on August 23rd of 2018. And I paid a grand total of 9,800 yen, or $91.08. Would have been over $120 without that little corner. So in the prototype pictures, one thing about her stood out as potentially bad and really turned a lot of people off, myself included in a way, and that's like her mouth and facial region around, like lower facial region. It does look really strange from some angles. I have seen a few pictures of this figure online, and none of them really focused on that area. They were just like full body shots, and I mean, her outfit and everything looks great. It's just that mouth. We'll see how it turns out. But there is the original artwork by Suneko. She is just a little cutie. She is definitely the best non-goddess from the Neptunia series. Yes, Noire is best non-goddess. But goddess form, gotta have purple heart. There's the back. There is the other side. This window is completely pointless because it's in the back and you don't see anything through it. There is the top of Noire's box. And she has a plain boring bottom. But yes. As a size comparison, I do have Broccoli's version of Noire. She is a small 1/8 scale. So, yeah, you can kind of see a size difference. But let's get her open and see how big she actually is, and let's see how that mouth turned out. So, there is no seal for the Molto Bene boxes, it seems like. Pull out the blister. There is a strong, not very pleasant plastic smell. So the inside of the box kind of looks like a sky theme. There is a little design on the sides and the bottom and everything. So, yeah, I've seen worse. It's not horrible. But there is Noire in her blister packaging. And it's a little wibbly wobbly. But we'll do the spin around. This is one of those figures where you're meant to look at her butt when she's being displayed because she's looking over the side of her shoulder. She has a very long spear as well. Or lance, or whatever you want to call it. But I'll do one more quick spin around and look at her this time instead of blabbing on. So far, everything looks decent. So maybe Molto Bene will be redeeming themselves with this figure. So let's get her out of the plastic prison. Looks like there's just 4 pieces of tape. blister opens nice and easy. And we shall start with her base. The base is a very boring plain black disc. It is quite shiny and reflective. It has 2 bags on it. This one's a little bit bigger than this one. I have read that this is actually the front. The bottom's got some copyright information, so yay. The next thing we shall look at is her lance or spear or whatever. It is taped to the blister. I hate it when they tape things to the blister. There we go. I have also been spoiled that the lance does separate, even though there's no instructions in the box telling you that it does. And that will make it easier to actually get into her hand, if I can ever get it open. Again, why tape everything? So it's already stabbing through the plastic, so we'll just enlarge the hole and pull it out carefully. So again, a very large lance, and it is quite sharp. It is very pointy. Measuring it, it is about, I'd say it's about 1 foot long. So yeah. Got some nice detail on the blade end. So you got a little red jewel, you got, sharpness and everything. And nice little guard, whatever it's called. And it's not just a flat edge, it's a little bit curved. A very long handle, and then a little pommel and spike on the end. So I do think it pulls apart right there. It is not keyed, it is just a round peg. So it doesn't really matter how you put it back in. And then the only thing left in the blister that I can see is Noire. Pull her out carefully. She has some plastic around her twin tail. And that looks to be all the plastic. Let's set her down and get this out of the way. And there we go. Yeah, there is her face. And that's kind of the angle she's meant to be looking at you from, all blurry and everything. So it doesn't look horrible, but then like from this angle, yeah, it starts to look really strange. Could have been a little bit better if it wasn't like a perfect U shape. And she does have a very thin line of teeth at the top of her mouth, so that's nice. Very nice, lovely red eyes and a nice little nose. The chin is hidden by her shoulder armor. Speaking of the armor, she's got some on her forearms. Looks to be sculpted and painted really nicely. There's some very fine lines that are done very well. Over on the other side. Can we focus on it? Yeah, so the paint looks to be much improved over Miia. There is some armor on her back. Nice shoulder blades. Nice little collar with some translucent red plastic. The answer to the important question is black. Yes, quite detailed down there as well. And you can even see her little belly peeking through if you look from a low enough angle. She is wearing she has garter, well, now that we tilt her down, we see she is not actually wearing a garter belt, but she has some garter straps, which are being held up by her underwear. But the underwear is going over the straps, so it makes sense. But yeah, nice garters, nice buckles, nice stockings. Very detailed, quite good looking. Nice knee armor. And then she also has some metal boots. Oh, plastic boots, but to look like metal. And they're not actually boots, they're just shin guards over her boots. So she has some very long boots as well. And some foot armor as well. Quite pointy tips, so you do not want to get kicked by her. Bottoms of the shoe, you can see the peg holes. And she does have high heels. The most effective fighting equipment is high heels. She does have some belly armor. Looking at her, with all the metal plates on her, I would give her armor rating probably maybe a 2 out of 10. I mean, really, there's only so little skin, but what little skin is there? Oh, yes. She's got some very nice cleavage. It is one piece, but the weld line is not hideous and obvious and everything. If we can see. Maybe get some shadows and all going on there. She has very white skin. So not rosy or peachy or anything like that. And not really a lot of shading. Maybe on like her shoulder blades there is some shading. And I did notice in like the promotional pictures, if we can get it just right, you can see her top is quite tight and her breast is like bunching up over it, over the cup. So it's kind of realistic looking too. But overall, you got some wrinkles in the sides and everything. Yeah, overall, I think she turned out really, really nicely. She's got some hair ornaments for her twin tails. So you got little roses. You got some nice detail in there. Again, it's painted very, very well, very nicely, nice and clean. She does have red bows, quite big red bows, and she has hair, lots and lots of hair. It is definitely blowing in the breeze and curling and everything. Lots of strands, some pointy tips, but not overly pointy, so you will not... Well, I mean, you could stab yourself with them, but it's not likely. There is the hand that is supposed to hold the lance. So it's in a little circle formation, but all the fingers are sculpted, but not individually on that one. On this hand, they are all individual and splayed out a little bit. She's wearing some black gloves and, dainty fingers. So let's get her on the base. So I do believe it's supposed to go like this. Okay, so there is a problem. The feet don't really line up with the peg, so I'm going to put this on the table. Sorry, you can't really see what I'm doing. Come on. I know there's a hole around there somewhere. Maybe if we do this one first, and then this one. Okay. So it is a very tight fit to get her feet on the pegs. You do have to spread her legs a bit. But once you get them on, she should be pretty stable. We'll do the shake test. And she doesn't really wibble wobble around or anything. So now we'll separate the weapon and feed it through her arm. Okay, this is a very tight fit. Yes, a very tight fit. It almost doesn't look like it's supposed to go through her hand. Let me look at the box real quick. Yes, it does go through her hand. We are putting it on correctly. So, there we go. Just have to get it angled just right. And then we'll put the tip back on. And there's Noire. Let's tilt the camera down a bit. So yeah, I think she turned out pretty good, surprisingly. I was very worried. Also, mentioned she does have the black overskirt and then a couple layers of red translucent plastic for the underskirt. And the top layer is darker and the bottom layer is a little bit more lighter. But yeah, when I was kind of basing her off of Miia, the Lamia, and as I said, Miia was way overpriced and she really did not turn out good. Noire, I think she turned out very nicely. Like I said, the paint lines are very clean. The sculpting is good. There's no obvious seam lines. And yeah, it's just good. So, as I said, I was worried I wasn't going to buy her because I didn't trust the Molto Bene and there was a mouth issue. And yeah, it's not the best mouth, honestly. But it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And overall, everything else makes up for it. I mean, just look at her. Look at that booty. And as I said, Normally you display figures from the front like this, but if you do this, you're not going to see her face. So you got to twist her and display her kind of from the back. And she's not, shoving her butt in your face. You have to turn it around a little bit to see it. Size comparison-wise, as I said, we have Broccoli's Noire from Hyperdimension Neptunia, who is a smaller 1/8 scale figure. But my God, is there a size difference? If this is a 1/8, this is almost like a 1/5 actually. So yeah, she is much bigger than this version of Noire. But hey, it's a good thing. She turned out really good. I am happy with her. Do a spin around, turn the autofocus back on. Yeah, turned out pretty good. So let's go ahead and put her off to the side and bring her closer, and we'll do a close-up of like the upper body spin. Yeah. I mean, with the light shining on it, like right now it doesn't look like she has a nose, but she does have a nose. It's a nice, cute, little, dainty, pointy nose. As we can see right there. Yeah. I'm happy. I'm surprised at how good she turned out. So if you're thinking about her, I say 100% get this figure. She is very good. Very, very nice. And it's Noire, best non-goddess. So yeah, this is the Dark Knight Noire. She is from Yonmegami Online Cyber Dimension Neptune, or the Four Goddesses Online Cyber Dimension Neptune. Part of the Neptunia universe, Ultraverse, whatever verse. She is a non-scale figure and is manufactured by Molto Bene. And as I said, non-scale, but she is quite large. Honestly, I think she's a large 1/7, maybe a 1/6. But compared to this one, she seems more like a 1/5. She was released on July 25th of 2018. Now, I ordered her brand new at Ami, but I got her new with box damage. So I only paid 9,800 yen, or $91.08. That little tiny corner, which you can't even see, saved me 3,580 yen off of her actual price. So I definitely am happy I got that deal. I am happy with this figure. I am very pleased, and I do highly recommend it. So if you like her, if you like Noire, get this figure. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. I'm out. Bye-bye.